back to another episode from PremPods. Today we're going to be going over Gameweek 22. Obviously we've missed a couple of game weeks, new year, a lot of busy things going on, as you can see, different setup. So a lot of exciting stuff going on, which is good. Hope everyone's had a good new year, good Christmas, good time off, and we're back into the swing of things. I mean, we've played loads of games already so far in the month of January. It's flown past, as it does. We're getting older.
Getting old, mate. Getting old bastards we are, mate.
So yeah, we'll go straight into it. No further ado. You kick us off, mate. What's the first game week?
The first game week is actually my team.
Okay. Yeah.
We are playing Forest away from home. And to keep it simple, I don't think they're going to do anything to us. I think we're going to smoke them. I think it's going to be 3-1 Arsenal. And I hope Saka scores a couple of goals to try and actually get back into some type of rhythm. Because I ain't seen him in no rhythm this whole season, innit?
No, yeah.
And this is the game for it for me.
What are you going with?
3-1 Arsenal, mate.
See, I've gone with something similar, but I see the game to be a bit closer than I think you do. Forest have given a few teams problems when they've hosted big teams so far this season. We've said obviously they haven't always got the results, but some of the games they've come out with big wins.
They have. They beat Villa. That was a good game.
Beat United more recently as well. So yeah, they do seem to put up a bit of a decent level of performance in these games. I've gone with 2-1 Arsenal. I still do think you'll squeak past, but I don't think it will be as simple a day as Arsenal should expect, I suppose, with the league positions, with the history, with the squads, etc. But sometimes, on the day, it just turns up.
We'll see, mate. We'll have to wait and see, really. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, you're saying a bit closer, very close to my scoreline. Not too bad. On to the second one. We go down to Luton. Versus Brighton. Oh, mate. If they stay up this year, they've done absolute wonders.
It would be, and they've got a good chance. They definitely have a good chance.
Yeah,
especially the teams around them having problems. Everton obviously being docked points, Forest potentially as well. So you don't know how that's going to look at the end of the season. Luton have got a good chance. They're performing well at home, which we've said again, similar to Forest, you need to do if you're going to be staying up in the league.
This is a hard game, though.
Yeah, this is a hard game. I've gone with 2-2. I've gone with a draw. I do see just a back and forth fixture, really. It could, again, it's football, we say this could happen. Brighton could go and smash them 4-0. It's just sort of shown that sometimes there is levels and games just go your way some days. But
it's true, it's very true.
I still think I can see it a back and forth affair. And I think Luton will get a couple of goals.
Same. I think this is going to be the one where we actually get it both right with the same score, because I've gone for Liverpool as well. I just see the exact same thing as you, mate. It's going to be tricky for Brighton to keep them quiet, because at home Luton have shown against you lot, against us, they can have big moments in it, and Brighton is not our type of club.
Yeah, they've been unlucky in that game for sure. Obviously a big result to get the draw even from us, but they were unlucky not to win.
And us.
We just came back. Yeah, exactly. And they still could have held on to. They were 10 seconds away from it. Still a big draw. Another big draw, which you had Arsenal and Liverpool into that list. That's two massive results you would never have expected at the start of the season.
Definitely not.
But these things happen. Again, you do see it sometimes in the Prem where you see the difference in quality is still there's a big class.
They didn't see that for the first 60 minutes against both of us, though.
No, that's what I'm saying. This is why them games are kind of weird.
They're up for it.
Sometimes you play up. I can't really explain them ones really, and then some weeks you just go and get completely destroyed by like a Bournemouth.
Palace,
who are a good team.
But
they're not an Arsenal, and you're not giving them the same problems anywhere near. Bournemouth are just like, we know we're better. There's no real pressure. Like, it's not as you're Liverpool or an Arsenal maybe. There is a big expectation to win. You're afford to be like 90% winning chance to 10% of them.
Yeah, it's true.
Whereas Bournemouth is still probably like 60-70%. But yeah, they can just say, we know we're better quality. Don't buy too much into the emotions of the game and just do our job.
Very true. It's very true. Again, we have to wait for that one as well. On to the third game, game week 23. We've got Fulham hosting Everton. Fulham at home against Everton, who we just mentioned, who are struggling. not struggling in a way of performances because they've picked up really good points over the last couple weeks. Beat Chelsea, then they beat Newcastle. Sorry.
Newcastle,
yeah,
big 3-0, 4-0 at home.
That's
big performance.
Win.
They've had some good results. I think they won on a run of about 4 wins out of the last 5.
Which cancelled out their -10.
Exactly, yeah, straight away they were back into positive, you could say, you know what I mean? Immediately they got themselves back into a good position.
Now they might get another
that's the thing, isn't it? It's like, but they still potentially, if they keep on, again, good form, there are other teams in the league that are still worse than them.
Yeah.
I mean, another 20-point deduction is massive ask.
I think Luton stay up if they get -10 again.
Yeah, but if like Sheffield United end up on like 20 odd.
Yes, they're looking like that at the moment.
Everton could still look at it and think
we could get there.
Yeah, that's another three wins and a draw.
Yeah.
In 5 games and then bang, straight away we're back. It's difficult, obviously, but yeah, I mean this game, to be honest with you, I've gone with a Fulham win. I've gone with 2-0 Fulham.
Okay.
They've had a few off performances after a few really good ones, which again can happen with these mid-table-ish teams.
Definitely.
I don't know. I just think sometimes Everton can go away to places and just get completely turned over. The scoreline sometimes doesn't always reflect it because they're a good defensive unit. They know their jobs on set pieces, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Even though I think it was last year, it might still be this year, they conceded some of the most goals from set pieces, which you'd never attribute to Everton, innit? But they're just a strange team for me sometimes. I'm never really too good, to be honest, at calling Everton games. They screw me over sometimes.
They do screw you over, to be fair. They do. I've gone opposite end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
I've gone 2-0 Everton win.
So, yeah, that's good though. That's good.
Weird club.
That's good.
I think they'll go down to Fulham and turn them over, only because, like you're saying, Fulham have had a couple of good performances, and football is weird like this. Where you think, oh no, Fulham are decent, they'll be alright, and then they just get beat out of nowhere.
That's what I'm saying.
So, yeah, I've gone opposite from you on that one. 2-0 Everton for me. But then again, we could both be wrong. Could be a draw. So yeah, there you go.
Exactly.
Let me see.
Fourth game.
Fourth, we've got Palace against Sheffield United, mate.
Yes.
A club that has got 10 points overall.
Yeah.
Like I was just saying to you earlier today, I think their home form, they're 19th with 8 points, and their away form, they're bottom of the table with 2 points.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not a good look at
2 points out of a possible 30, by the way.
Yeah, it's not ideal. It's not ideal at all for sure. They still haven't won a game away.
They have not won a game away. They've drawn 2 games.
Two draws. What, 8 losses?
8 losses.
Yeah.
5 goals scored, 25 goals
That's
conceded.
what I'm saying. Yeah, you're not.
It's 5 times more the goals you get. Come on, you ain't staying up. You need Fulham, you need Brentford, you need Forest and Everton to get all dot points for you to stay up. Because that is horrendous.
That's what I'm saying. I think I've kind of backed that stat really.
Yeah.
I've gone with 3-0 Palace.
Nice.
Now I think that performance against Arsenal, the last game at the Emirates,
It's just an outlier.
Yeah, kind of an outlier, but you took good chances.
Yeah.
Things were bouncing, like the second goal bounced off Henderson to go in and stuff. Like things were just getting your way. Martinelli doubles his
gaps everywhere
in one game for the season. So yeah, those games happen every now and then. But again, I can see them just thinking, nah, that was a blip. We need to show that the fans that was a blip. They've had the issue with the banner and stuff like that. And they're happy with the chairman.
Roy won't have this. Roy's not going to have this.
I thought, I agree.
Ain't losing to Sheffield United. If they do, I'll be very surprised.
I don't see them losing.
No. I've given them a goal. What did you say? You said 2-0?
3-0.
You said 3-0 Palace. I've said 2-1 to Palace. Because I still give Sheffield United a goal. I like Cameron Archer. I like a few of their midfield play, like their options there. But just for me, they're going down. They can't have this point tally at this far into the season and stuff. This might even be worse than Derby, you know. They got like 21 points and 19 points. This is horrendous.
Well, there's a long time left in the season, and Sheffield United have looked good in some games. It's been some encouraging signs, but that away form again, still yet to win a game. 5 goals scored. You said 25 conceded.
Well, look at the total goals scored over the season is 17 scored and 51 conceded.
See, it's not. Yeah.
Your times 3.
Yeah, they're gonna. Well,
goals against the goals too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've gone a good scoring. Yeah, that makes sense to be fair.
So it could be 17-54, then it really will be three goals.
That's it.
Yeah.
That is it. Well, is that it now, mate? 17 times 3 is 51.
Oh yeah, 51. Sorry.
So it is 3 now. That's what I'm saying. So your score is perfect.
Yeah, I think.
I reckon that would happen. That'll probably be. I reckon it'll happen.
If they switch back on, they look at the Arsenal game, put it to one side, forget about it. Those games can happen against big teams away from home. They should, again, similar thing to take the emotion out of it. Yeah. We're a better team. We know that. The stats don't favour Sheffield United at all as well. So we'll see.
No, I think this is a game. Eze will
that's what I'm saying.
outperform their whole defence.
Those type of players
She's too good.
Picking up pockets and just causing.
Against us, he's like against us and against other teams. But seeing him in person, and he's so silky on the ball. Like even when he's nearly falling over, his centre of gravity to keep the ball is like proper good.
It doesn't look like he's even going fast. At
nice, quick.
It just looks like it's a breeze.
Easy,
almost. Yeah.
Easy for him. All right, we're on to the 5th game, the halfway stage.
Yeah.
One of the best teams in their home form, apart from you lot, I believe.
The
best team, home form.
They haven't lost.
They have not lost at home. It is Aston Villa against Newcastle. One of the worst teams away from home.
The second worst team.
Second worst team. We can kind of count out Sheffield United from this list because they're just dead.
So yeah, the worst.
The worst team out of any Premier League clubs. Yeah. Newcastle United, mate. What have you said for this one?
I've gone with 3-1 Villa. To be honest with you, I think their home form continues. The dominance at home continues. They can cause a lot of teams a lot of problems. We've said it multiple times this season. And Newcastle away from home, as we've said loads of times this season as well, they're just terrible. They're just terrible. You can't be 19th and be in the same conversation where people are talking about you and Newcastle have still got a good chance of Champions League. You can't be finishing second last when you're away form and expect to be anywhere near the Champions League even. Especially, obviously the Premier League is a lot closer than it has been before. But that's kind of doesn't work to their favour as well because.
Do you actually know where they are in the league now, Newcastle?
What, 9th, 10th? Yeah, see, so you know.
I thought they were up there.
That's what I'm saying. People talk about them like as if they're right up in there with a shout, and I'm just thinking, people would say that United have had a worse season than Newcastle, wouldn't it?
Yeah, higher than them.
People, but obviously a different level, different level club completely as well, but. It's going under the radar a bit.
Same as Chelsea, mate. Chelsea horrendous season from Chelsea, and both Chelsea United above Newcastle.
Exactly. But then they've just got into a cup final. So then there's like little other things that you can look at as well.
True.
Depends. Yeah, it depends how you look at it. But yeah, they're slowly going under the radar a bit. Newcastle.
Yeah, they are.
There's a few issues now with financials and whatever else. They might have to sell a few players, a few key players. I think if you do take out, as much as I don't really rate him as a technical footballer, if you do take Almiron out of the team defensively, that's a big drop off if you try and put someone like, I don't know, Murphy or
Jacob Murray.
It's not going to have the same effects.
He's not even quick to get that angle.
Work quick, yeah, exactly, and do the ugly stuff that people don't like doing.
I get what you're saying. I've actually changed my mind.
You saying that?
Because you know, like when you're looking at football, and I'm looking at Villa's home form. I'm like, you're gonna lose, isn't it? Like City have lost, you've lost. Yeah. Like Anfield and the Etihad are massive stadiums. Well, City haven't lost. Sorry, that's a lie.
Yeah.
And you lot haven't lost either. So I'm just chatting waffle. We've lost one game at home. Yeah, City haven't lost, you haven't lost, and Villa haven't lost.
West Ham.
Yeah, lost West Ham. Yeah, I was there. That was a sad game for me to go to, but. Yeah, I have actually changed my mind and I've gone 2-1 Newcastle. Just based on the facts that we say football's weird.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to be wrong, but you've got to start getting, listen.
They have to.
They got 5 points away from home.
Yeah, because they're out of the Champions League, they're not in Europa League even to carry on with.
Exactly.
They're not going to be in Champions League this year.
No.
So are they going to, they kind of have to settle with whatever, Europa League maybe. And if they don't start picking it up, they're 10th.
They're not even in that, mate. It's out of it, mate. They're gonna have to get it on good merit. At least
you've got these issues with the financials and whatnot. So if they finish 10th, let's say 10th, 9th, they miss out on Europe completely, and they have to sell Bruno, Almiron's, Trippier, maybe Joe Linton. Like obviously again, they're core players for the squad, isn't it? So they have to go again. They're gonna have to invest a lot of money again.
Yeah, as a fan from Newcastle, you kind of want to be like those players there on the bench, but we don't have to let them go. We still need building blocks is what we want.
I think you could maybe sell a few of the other players around the squad, like I'm saying Murphy, or obviously they like Longstaff, but you know.
They can get
to improve, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the way of the game, and Newcastle.
He's good as a backup, I wouldn't disagree with that, but not as your champion, like Champions League starter.
Yeah, and he's had good performances again, but he can't, And if Newcastle want to be competing consistently, they need to add the Tonalis, to the Guimaraes, to the Isaacs, to those type of signings is what you need.
I get what you're saying.
But enough about Newcastle.
Yeah, it's not looking good for at the moment.
I've gone 3-1. You said the opposite side, Newcastle to get a rare away win, and Villa a rare home loss.
Yeah, mate. Odds will be good on that. If anyone wants to bet that, little fiver on that, will probably return you a decent amount.
I think it will as well. I think it will.
Decent amount. But on to game 6.
Yeah.
We go to the Etihad.
We can talk about this for maybe a minute and a half.
Yeah, we are. We're going to talk about it for 2 seconds, mate.
So
Vincent Kompany going back to the Etihad.
We'll do the score in 3-2-1, yeah?
Yeah, go on. 2-1. 6-1. We've got the same score, basically. Same 6-1 and 5-0. So you've gone 5-0. I've given Burnley a goal just because of Vincent Kompany, not because of anything else. He has to get a goal back at the Etihad. Someone has to score, innit?
Yeah.
I wouldn't even be surprised if they go up and then concede 6. That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, that can not surprise me.
So 5-0.
I've seen the result a couple of times in the past with City and Burnley. City at home, I don't see anything different. Massive result for them against Newcastle. KDB coming back.
Oh, brilliant.
It's all lined up for City to just start to destroy teams again.
They're going to just roll on now, man. That's it. They're done.
5-0. He said 6-1. Same goal difference, same goal margins. City wash.
City are done.
Sure.
City are done. On to the next one. This game should be a bit more of a contest.
Yeah.
Although I've not said that, but it should be hopefully.
Okay.
Spurs against Brentford. What have you said for this one, mate?
See, I've gone with another 2-2.
And Desmond.
I've gone with another 2-2.
I've got the same number of goals as you, but not same result.
You're 3-1.
I've gone 3-1 Spurs, mate.
Yeah. But the only reason is because obviously with Spurs is their intent with playing the high line and whatever else, and they are there to be had on the counter. And Brentford are a good counter-attacking team.
Ivan Toney back.
Exactly, with Ivan Toney's quality, with his passing, you get times when you're seeing in games where you get a rare opportunity where the ball breaks to a forward, and you just need that decent pass to put the other forward.
He's got that.
Exactly, he's got that. You see his
but no whistle.
No whistle, yes. Mopai, you never know in it with his scheme. Obviously, I think he scored one of the first goals in like 45 games or something. So, but I think they might have played together before, possibly, because Mopai used to play for Brentford before he moved on.
Ah, interesting.
In the Championship, so
I'm
not sure they might have played together. But anyway, they look like they've got a good relationship on the pitch, good understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Tony's pass is what could be key in this game for me. His final pass to find a fellow forward, or a Jensen breaking from midfield. But there's going to be times where Spurs are going to be dominant, I feel, possession-wise.
Yeah.
They'll create loads of chances. Still, I reckon they'll score a couple, and maybe should look like they could run away with the game. Yeah. But they will be there to have for chances on the counter-attack if Brentford can get the final ball correct.
Definitely. I would say 2-2 is a good scoreline. I'm saying, well, you already heard what I said. I said 3-1 to Spurs. Before we move on, I'm just going to say one thing about Ivan Toney. This geezer needs to stop being treated like a hero.
Oh yeah.
I agree with Simon Jordan.
Yeah.
These fans and these football clubs need to stop idolising these people that are stupid.
Yeah.
The geezer has been paid for 6 months, hundreds of thousands of pounds a week, not had to work really, just have to keep himself fit.
He couldn't be in the training ground supposedly.
Mate, and if people are idolising him like he's some sort of cult hero, like he's saved 10,000 kids or something, the geezer bet on himself in football.
Yeah,
he's a clown. I don't care if he's done it or not, he's a clown for even getting caught for it. So I have to get onto him for that one.
No,
Once he plays better on the pitch, I'll have more respect to it. But until then, I can't be having all these media companies telling me that this guy's a hero. It's not.
No, 100% I agree. I don't even think it's Ivan Toney's fault or anything. I mean, he hasn't completely owned up to what he said, what he's done, and whatever else as well.
Exactly.
He's like, I didn't know I could do this. Like, come on, mate. How long have you played professional football for? Come on, man.
Come on.
But anyway, that's another thing, innit? He's like, you've got to face it when you get caught with these things, and he's been caught.
All I want him to do is score goals, and he's a striker, and I don't want to hear anything else.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And the whole light show and whatever else, and yeah, I don't understand it.
He came back as a captain.
So it's very strange, and for a team for a player that is most likely going to want to leave the team as soon as possible, as soon as a bigger club comes in, he'll be out the door.
100%.
So it's kind of strange that he was brought back in the way he was, especially after just breaching rules.
You know what I mean?
You're breaking the rules of being a professional footballer, and you're being welcomed back as if you've been injured for 2 years, or it's like Ericsson. You know what I mean? Like
something fatal happened to you.
You know what I mean? And you've welcomed. That's how it's like. You welcomed him back. Like he's betting on, and I guess what happened in the first game? He comes back, scores and gets a yellow card.
You reckon he's backed himself again? This time he just told his boy, and he ain't that stupid. Bro. He better not be that. He just don't get caught.
It's funny.
Do you know how many bad people there are in the world? Like, we don't know because you don't get caught.
Yeah.
So just be a bit more quiet. And what they could have done is they should have eased him in. Don't bring him back as captain. Forget the light show and bring him on for 10 minutes in a game.
Yeah. No, I mean you could have started because no problem with him starting. Again, I'm sure he was being captain a few games
prior to that.
So again, that's another thing which, would he have carried on being captain if he wasn't banned for the 6 months prior? You don't know, innit?
Don't know, but he was banned.
He was banned, exactly, yeah.
That's the thing.
But so him being captain, I think that he potentially could be captain going forward anyway. But yeah, it's just a bit of a strange way to welcome someone back who's just completely disregarded the rules. And yeah, you're walking him back like a hero, but he's twerking to leave for other clubs.
100%.
As soon as an Arsenal, anyone, I think, an Arsenal, a Chelsea,
100%.
a Liverpool, a City, a United.
The name Wilfried Zaha pops in my mind. I can see Ivan Toney in a club down in Covent Garden. Arsenal, please sign me. Popping bottles. That's what I see, bro. It's the same thing.
So he was on a boat in Dubai or whatever, saying fuck Brentford and whatever. It's like
someone probably paid for this.
It's
stupid.
Yeah, it's just
stupid.
You're not covering yourself in glory.
Just score goals and give it a rest, bro. I don't want to hear him just betting a scandal. Just score, bro, and then I'll celebrate you.
Yeah.
When you score 6, I'll say, see Ivan Toney score on the weekend. That's all I need to talk about. Not did you see Ivan Toney get caught for betting 3,000 times?
Exactly.
What the hell?
Yeah.
It's not making sense, man. It's not making sense.
No, I agree. But
anyway, had to get that out of the way.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
We have to deal with everything on this chat.
I agree. I mean it was too much, way too much. Yeah.
That leads us into the best game of the game week, I reckon. It could be a horror show, but Liverpool are hosting Chelsea at Anfield.
Usually, I would say it could be the worst game to watch in the whole game week at the same time. Dress rehearsal, as everyone says, for the Carabao Cup final now.
Yes.
Obviously, we're at home. I do like our chances more that we're at home. Yes. I always think when we're going to Stamford Bridge, I just say draw. It's going to be a draw. Best case scenario.
Treacle football, that's what they play,
man. But at home, I'm going with a win. I'm saying we're going to have a much better performance. I wonder what the attitude and atmosphere is going to be like around the ground. With obviously big news, Klopp's leaving at the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's too much of a shock, personally.
No.
Obviously, he signed the deal till 26 or something like that.
Yeah.
So there could be something to it, of course. But exactly what he's saying, if you take the words from the horse's mouth, he's saying he's tired, he's fatigued mentally and whatever else, which is completely understandable.
Oh yeah.
You're playing in high pressure situations all the time. Like we played the season before last, played in every single game you could have possibly played it, all the way to the last game of the season, every game, every competition. It's a lot, and to only come out with the 2 little ones in that type of thing, I said it was a lot for the squad of players at the time, but again, a manager.
Nah, because you've seen, like, when me and you watch football, or when we watch it with my mates or your mates, you can see that our blood pressure is rising. But when the game's finished, we have a beer and we move on. Next game, them not have to deal with it every day, the media. So I understand where they're coming from. As fans, sometimes we forget that. So you have to
analysis after and be like, oh, we could have done this. You get to look at everything back and stuff like that.
Whereas ours is just like, oh, we played poor. Let's be better next time. Whereas they actually have to be better next time. So they have to plan out the week and then do it.
Klopp, you can see, is someone who is incredibly emotionally involved and stuff like that. So
his wife's probably 10 keys.
Yeah, it's completely understandable. He's been a brilliant person around the club at a good time of change.
Oh, brilliant.
The training ground, the stadium, bringing some players through. I think he brought through Trent. Trent has come completely under the Klopp era. You know, players like Van Dijk, Alisson, like he's got a squad there now at the end of the season that he's not leaving us in the lurch, innit?
No, it's not.
You know what I mean? He's not leaving us in a sort of Man United situation of a squad of players where they were somehow just doing incredible things just for Fergie or whatever. You know, you looked at it when it was another manager, you're just like, is this, he won how many Prems with his
It's the same team,
How's this happen?
Horrendous.
So I think we're in a better shape going forward. It's a massive loss, of course. The whole backroom staff is going to change, so that whole outlook is going to look completely different going forward. But I mean, with what we can talk about this in more detail going forward.
Definitely.
We'll stick to the scorelines. I suppose, talk about it.
You said Liverpool win, but you didn't say
Liverpool
scoreline.
win. Sorry, so 2-1.
2-1, you sure?
So that's a 2-1.
Nice.
I like our chances at home. We can't keep having these bloody boring games with Chelsea, man. One of these games has got to be a bit of a Slobonoka back and forth. It's still always low scoring, it seems. So a Slobonoka could still look like a 2-1.
I've gone just one goal more for you lot. I've gone 3-1. I do think Chelsea will score a goal.
Yeah, for sure.
Cole Palmer, I apologise, and I'll keep saying it. He's actually doing stuff after I took the piss out of you. It's fine. You're actually doing stuff, and you've proved me wrong. This is what I want these footballers to do. This is what you get paid for.
Exactly.
And this is what you should do. I should call you shit, and you should go, what? I'm not shit. Look at this. And then you show me you're not shit. Well played. So I think they'll score because you lot are a little bit leaky as well at the back.
We definitely are.
So I think 1 goal for Chelsea and 3 for Liverpool. Who gets your goals? I have no idea, but probably Harvey and some people.
So whoever the front three turns up on what day, you never know.
Jota's pretty good against big clubs as well. He does like a game against big club.
He does indeed.
But on to the last 2.
Tight, very tight.
The penultimate game.
Yep.
West Ham versus Bournemouth. What have you said for this one?
Another difficult game.
This is probably the most difficult game, in my opinion, to guess.
Yeah, for sure. I think, and as well, West Ham, they haven't won in the last 4 games. Before that, they were on a back-to-back win against Arsenal United, 2-0.
Exactly. See what I mean about football?
Yeah. So, and then, funnily enough, after this game, the next 2 games are Man United and Arsenal. So I don't know how, if you read into that or whatever. Like they could turn it on now and then get bad in the next 2 games. They could get bad again and have a not winning 5 and then go and win against Arsenal United. Like
that's true.
Yeah, they could have multiple ways to look at this game. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet though. 2-1 Bournemouth. They cause teams problems. They're a good unit, and I think West Ham could afford to lose this game if they get good results from United and Arsenal, as they already have.
So that makes sense. I have gone for a draw. I've gone for 1-1.
Yeah, it's not.
Their league form is the exact same. What I mean by that is West Ham's home form has them sitting in 10th, and Bournemouth's away form has them sitting in 10th.
Yeah.
They're very similar in the amount of goals they've scored. Away from home, obviously Bournemouth have conceded quite a lot more than West Ham. I would expect that because Bournemouth are more I would say Bournemouth leave themselves out.
Yeah, exactly.
If you get what I mean. Whereas West Ham push, but then they still leave players back in it.
Yeah.
So I've gone for 1-1 just based on the fact that I think they might it will either go 1-1 early or 1-1 late. That's what I think because they'll cancel it. Someone will score straight away, and then that will be the game. They'll be trying to defend and attack. So I've gone 1-1, mate. What did you say? 2-1.
2-1 Bournemouth. Yeah.
Sweet. On to the last game. That brings us to a club that we both love.
Of course, we got good record of calling these games.
Wolves versus United, mate.
Usually, yeah.
What have you gone for in this one?
See, this week I've actually gone for the United side. Wolves are in good form.
First.
I think they haven't lost in a few games as well now, maybe 4 or 5 games.
Wolves are doing quite well. You're right, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My head counted to the last one without me even doing it. So they've got 4 wins and 2 draws out of the last 6.
Yeah, so brilliant form that is. They'll look at this as a good opportunity at home against Man United, who away again haven't been great. I think it's like similar to just how they are in general. They've won half and then lost the other half.
Yeah.
Like there's 2 draws in there, like Liverpool and Spurs.
Yeah.
So again, I just reckon that they're going to even that out. I think away it will make it 5 wins, 5 losses. And
I think away, if they win, they'll be on 5 wins, 5 losses, and a draw.
So that's how their season's been, 50-50 pretty much all season. And their Wolves' record against United isn't too great from what I looked at earlier.
This is what I'm saying, their record's not great, but they play well.
They play well, that's
they
what
hit the bar, they attack.
It's a completely different time, for sure. Gary Neville's got them playing. Again, like you said, no losses in 6, but 4 wins and 2 draws is wicked.
One of them is a FA Cup game, or 2 of them are FA Cup games. Out of the last 5 Premier League games, they got 3 wins, a draw and a loss, which is very good for Wolves. You got Chelsea in there, a win. That's decent, mate. Decent.
I'm not surprised at all, and we've called it a few times with the Forest game not too long ago, and other times with United, losing in these type of games where they should win. You would think United, Wolves, doesn't matter home or away, you should win. But it's a completely different time, completely different United team. But I'm still going to go 2-1 United.
2-1 United.
Because they've been 50-50 pretty much all year.
Yeah. I've gone opposite, 2-1 Wolves. Because I think finally they need to actually beat them. Like we say that they play well against them.
Yeah.
Like I say, I like the way Wolves plays when they get inside your area. They're very nice at moving the ball around, and I honestly don't see how Man United deal with it. Like they haven't got a great defence. Their midfield is not that good, and their attack's dodgy. So what are they going to do? That's what I'm thinking. Like, I can't see it. Prove me wrong, but
that's what I'm saying. With United, it's 50-50 from the most part this season, with wins or losses. Yeah.
The only one thing United fans will be buzzing about is they're not playing at home, so no rain will fall on their head.
Yeah.
Because they'll be in a proper stadium. Proper stadium.
I think they prefer their chances at home. I think.
Yeah.
Definitely, but no surprise by Wolves getting a good result from this game at all.
No.
I'm just on the United side just because of the percentages, basically.
Fair play. That sums it up. Game week 23 done, mate.
22 done. Thank you for watching, wherever you're watching from. We'll be back again, obviously, to do game week 23 pretty soon. There's a lot of games coming up.
Loads.
Thick and fast. FA Cup games on the weekend. Obviously, these games starting on Tuesday, and the last one will be on Thursday. And then
and then we got 1 day rest, and then straight into game week 23.
So weekend again, next weekend. So action packed, mate. Action packed.
That's it.
So you'll see us again soon. Thank you again for watching, and stay safe. Take care.
Thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure hosting you. Have a great rest of your day, and see you all again soon.